What's up, guys? Back with another banger. The San Antonio Spurs have surprised me, and I believe they are the second best team in the NBA with Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper. They got all these scorers, these young players that have pulled into full fruition, and we're seeing the results right before our very own eyes. They've had a recent 5-game winning streak, a recent 7-game winning streak. They've also pulled some massive wins against the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is a team I gotta talk about. So I'm gonna point out why I think the Spurs have a chance to win a championship this playoffs. Overall, this Spurs team is very scary. They got all the weapons. There's a big reason why the Spurs are averaging 118.9 points per game, third in the league. It has a team of elite offense and elite defense, making it dangerous to be a possible championship team, especially if they could somehow find a way to cruise out Oklahoma City Thunder in the playoffs, which is very hard to do, even harder than in the regular season, I would argue, because of their their last season championship. But it is possible. For the Spurs team, they could play with any high-pace offense. I mean, if I'm any other NBA team, I'd be scared to go against the Spurs, especially in a 7-game series. And then overall, this Spurs team has gotten some massive wins, and that's because of all their players contributing to over 10 points per game. They're all coming together, hitting their shots, and ineffective field goal percentage. The whole team is averaging 48.0, third in rebounds, 46.4, and then with their elite defense, they're 7th in blocks and 4th in opponent field goal percentage, which is amazing when you think about it. They're able to close out on the other players and affect everybody's shots because of their quick elusiveness and instincts to be able to chase the ball and block those shots and force into transition to get some easy buckets, because that's how the Spurs do it. When you got De'Aaron Fox running the break, who's going to stop that? Still got the speed of Flash right there. Fox is averaging right around 6.4 assists per game. And then there's been major leaps from the Spurs team, which makes them that much dangerous, is taken from Stephon Castle. Last season, he averaged right around 14 points per game, and he was the Rookie of the Year. This season, he's taken it up a notch, averaging 16.6 points per game, 5.0 rebounds, and 7 assists. That's solid. And for Castle, you can see him as an underrated player. He doesn't have the most common archetype. He can slam it down with the best of them and play great defense, and he just works his role. Because if the Spurs need a bucket, you can try to get off that pick and roll and make a quick play or make a shot happen, because he's got a solid jump shot too, being able to make that pull-up J. Even for Dylan Harper as a rookie, averaging 11.2 points per game, they get solid contribution from Dylan Harper. He's another player that the Spurs need in certain moments, and he's able to step up. The big reason why I think the Spurs can make a finals run going into that argument is because they got some experienced veterans like Mason Plumlee. This is his 10th year in the league. He's got a lot of experience playing in Denver, and he's been a starting center for he played for a couple seasons.
I want to forget about the experience. I don't blame you. They have Wembanyama, who's stopping a 7'4" giant who can shoot over anybody, block any shot. Come on, it's Wembanyama. He's been having some crazy games lately. Over 10 rebounds a game, around multiple blocks per game. Amazing.
And Harrison Barnes, a former championship player, he was a big contribution for that Warriors championship, and he plays his role perfectly. I mean, that's what I can say about all these Spurs players, is that sometimes they do go out of their way to score more points because they got the hot hand, especially for like Victor Wembanyama, who was having a crazy night. So he's dropping like 7 threes a game, 7 threes in one game, hitting a whole bunch of shots. They're going to keep giving to Wembanyama, but if that's not happening, you just keep dishing out. You got Devin Vassell in the corner for 3, Julian Champagnie hitting a 3, and there's so many great 3-point shooters on this team. Or you got Fox driving in for a layup. That's where the efficiency comes in, because having this much of high prolific scorers, it makes it so much harder for the other defense to being able to close out on that many shooters, because that the team is shooting with such efficiency. I mean, that's the easiest way to put it. For Champagnie, he's helped the Spurs get some easy wins because of his high prolific scoring. He had a 26 point game against the Brooklyn Nets, and he shot 71% from the field in that game. You know, when Champagnie gets it going from three, he's going to light it up. And that's his best marksmanship, is hitting those 3-pointers. The Spurs could surely use that, just somebody to dish out to and hit that 3-ball. This team is so systematic under Johnson as their coach. It's like a mastermind team. Even if you find a way to somehow slow down Wembanyama, which has happened more than a couple times this season, or he's injured or whatnot, this team is still so much trouble. They nearly beat the Denver Nuggets without Wembanyama, because Stephon Castle had a 30-point game. Jokic was a little too much that game. 31 points, 20 rebounds. I'd say that's a little too much. And Jamal Murray had a massive game as well. I mean, it all comes down to game planning and seeing who's got the hot hand, but a lot of this team, with their high-octane scoring and their elite defense, they could easily make a run for the championship. Don't mark me on this, but I could see the Spurs possibly winning a championship, especially when you look at the other teams. You got the Knicks having so many inconsistencies. I don't see them having a championship run as much as I love the Knicks. Not right now, of course. And then Oklahoma City Thunder, this is the one team that they've lost to a couple times in the regular season because they were too much. The passing, they found a way to slow down OKC and even score more points than them, which is very impressive. And then you got the Denver Nuggets. They've had so many injury issues. If the Spurs could just keep healthy, they could really do it. And the Pistons, I don't think they have enough playoff experience. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Remember to subscribe.
If I had to say, since Jason Tatum came back, Celtics have the best chance to beat the Spurs.